All right, we are on. What's happening,
There you go.
Mister? Bit of belief,
Mr. Sav.
Mister Sav. How are you?
I'm a bit tired, but I'm well.
We were just talking. We found out. Is Aaron? Yeah.
Yes.
Aaron is a MMA fan.
Big
We were just
MMA
talking two champs.
2 champs. I saw a graphic the other day. It was showing all 9 of them and who the champs are, and seeing 2 Australian flags on there made me pretty proud. I'm not going to lie. I think we're the only country with 2 champs at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, Dagestan.
Dagestan, I don't know. They probably... Yeah, Dagestan have
They
2?
got Magomedov and Islam.
And Islam. Being in Perth, you got fucking a champ, though. Like, you know what I mean? That's
And he's
so big.
And he's from, like, I know Jack's brother. Like, he's, from similar circles in Perth as well. I actually give Jack a shout out on one of my new songs on the album, talking about how dope he is. So watching that fight, I was like, please don't lose, because then the line won't be as good. And then when he won, I was like, the line's even better now. That's great.
Oh, bro, it's fucking so... Like, I'm getting an MMA sleeve, and I've
sick.
already started it. I've got, like, fucking Joe Rogan piece up the top. I got fucking...
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and I'm getting... But it's so hard, because I really want to put certain fighters on there, but you got to really bank on them not doing anything fucking stupid.
Well, do you know what you could just do fighters that aren't really in the game
I
anymore,
really,
legends.
really want a Pereira. I
Yeah,
want a picture of Pereira, but I want a cartoon. Do you remember? Did you used to play Crash Bandicoot?
Yes.
You remember the little mask, the Ooga Booga
Yes,
thingy?
yeah.
I want to.
Boogity boogity.
Yeah, I want to get Pereira, but then I want to get like a realistic portrait of Pereira, and then a cartoon picture of that mask ripping off his face with his face paint on it.
Sick.
Yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
That's dope.
I got really high and thought of that.
I reckon with Pereira, you'd be pretty safe. I
Yeah.
don't think he does anything.
I don't know, if he just spends a night in a favela doing something naughty or something, I'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. No, I think he's got his shit together, I reckon. You'd be pretty safe with him.
Do you know how many people I know that have Kanye tattoos?
See, someone like that, I don't know if I would go out.
Do you know how many people I know that have, like, before he went fucking crazy, like, they got it previously and they have, like, like, portraits or something of Kanye? Dude,
I hope they're not Jewish.
I got Dr. Dre on my leg, and someone came up to me at a bar the other week and goes, "You got P. Diddy tattooed on you. That's wild." And I was like, "It's not P. Diddy."
Underneath it, ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The music industry is fucking wild. Do these things, is it purely in American celebrity culture, or is this a thing that you have kind of heard whispers of or seen in the Australian music industry as well?
It's a very, very good question. I think it's almost like a spectrum. Like, I think any idea of celebrity or worship, like if you're just a regular person and then there's people out there like lording over you and just being like, I think it does something to the human ego, like it exacerbates human ego, and it makes us think that we're better than other people because people are telling us that we are, as in just like artists or people of, you know, some kind of stature or whatever. But I feel like in America, it's obviously as bad as it could possibly be, because
It's amplified to the 100th or millionth even.
Because in America, you can reach the height of
A
celebrity,
god.
and
But
people start worshipping
but
you like
some
you're a god.
actual transcend. I was actually having this conversation the other day with someone about how I really feel in my heart no one will ever reach the heights of fame that Michael Jackson did.
Never.
Ever. It actually gives me goosebumps even saying thinking about how famous that dude
Oh
was.
man, people used to pass out in the front row watching.
And let's like get rid of all the controversy out of it, get rid of all of the allegations or actual things that happen, just get rid of all that, like literally separate the art from the artist. Mm-hmm. There will never ever be a more recognizable figure in human history besides Jesus Christ.
Jesus, yeah. I would say
The only one.
Jesus, then Michael Jackson. I feel like Eminem kind of had that kind of... He was nowhere near the stature of Michael Jackson, but he reached that level of just like worldwide notoriety, and you know, you had to ignore. Everyone knows who Eminem is.
Yeah,
Donald Trump's probably.
I feel like Michael Jackson doing it purely without the internet is what's wild.
It's insane.
Yeah, like he was worldly recognized through newspapers
Yes.
and fucking television, like no internet, no MySpace,
good point.
no LimeWire for downloads.
Nah.
It was pure record sales.
Yes, that's a great point, man. Michael Jackson's my favorite artist of all time.
He's the greatest performer, entertainer, musician of all time.
Easily.
A pop star.
It's not even close.
Yeah. There's no one.
Not even
Taylor
close.
Swift with Girls.
Still not even close.
Do you know who actually probably was the next generation of like a Michael Jackson, to the point people were like having cardiac arrest at festivals and stuff? Would have been Justin Bieber.
I was going to say Justin Bieber.
For like teenage girls, like that teen pop era, fucking, he's the biggest.
Yeah, just that worldwide.
It fucked him up though.
Hysteria. Oh yeah.
He's fucked.
Yeah.
He's like ridden with anxiety, and fuck knows what P. Diddy did to him,
Exactly,
and like fuck knows what all of these Harvey Weinsteins what is that his name? Like all of those kind of fucking gross creatures that just impose themselves on these kids.
There's a bunch of like footage coming out from when Bieber was younger and started blowing up, and him and Diddy, and just some real questionable, clips.
None of it's aged well.
None of it's aged
But
well.
do you know what's funny? I recall like being when we used to have Foxtel, and like MTV used to be real raunchy. Like they used to have like the Spring Break fucking. Do you remember them?
Back in the like Christina Aguilera days.
Like they used to have like the Spring Break people who'd like reporters would go to Spring Break, and girls would just fucking flash your tits and just shit like that. It has not aged well.
Nah. Man, and I think the entertainment industry is a very corrupted and very dark place. I think the devil has his fingerprints all over the entertainment industry, and I think in America it's probably obviously worse than anywhere else. But I do still think that there's an element of it here, like with Australian celebrity or any kind of the idea of stardom outside of America. There's still an element of it because of what it does to the human ego, but it's definitely like the pinnacle of it is in Hollywood for sure. Hollywood is the...
And then you got to think that there's just an echelon of people above those that you'll never even know their names.
Oh, for sure.
There is a certain level of richness, I believe. The final boss of richness, I feel, is being 100% untraceable.
No one knows who it is.
No one knows who you are. You don't have to report to anyone.
Yeah. I don't know where I saw it. I saw a clip and it was like, who is the... I think it was on this Patrick David. And he asks someone who is the most powerful person in America, who's running the show, and he's like, no one knows their name. No one will know their name. And so...
Or no one fucking even knows who invented Bitcoin.
Wow.
Like, it's rumored that there's a Japanese man called Satoshi that invented it.
Wow.
But that's speculation. It's not. I don't know if you can fact check me on that in the comments.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, it was always speculation that this man Satoshi invented Bitcoin.
There you go.
So there's this bloke running around with $5 trillion, and no one knows.
Man, think about what $1 trillion is, dude.
No one knows. In Saudi Arabia, possibly, there would be generational wealth there that would be uncountable.
Yeah.
Like, it would be endless. There's no point counting it to a certain point. But that's just gross. That's when nothing means anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, what's luxury to you now?
But I think that's when all this really like hectic dark shit starts happening, because if you've got, imagine right here, right now, you could just have everything you ever wanted. There's no limits to what you can have. After a while, everything starts feeling mundane. And
that's when the deviancies and the
you got to level up.
That's when the weird things happen.
You got to level up. Yeah.
They fucking that's when you hire someone like, I want to kill a dude. I want to kill a dude today.
I've fucked all the chicks you could think of in as many different ways you could think of. I've had orgies. I've done this and that.
I fuck celebrities.
What's the next?
Yeah.
What's next? And then they start doing hectic, fucked up shit. And they're all in the same boat and they're all doing the same shit. Like, it seems to be a trend of a topic that I approach that it seems to come up with me on podcasts is celebrity and the idea of it. And I've been quite outspoken about my disdain for it. I just don't think it's a healthy environment for people to, like, it's not even for the celebrity, but the people worshipping that celebrity. I don't think you should worship anybody to that point unless it's unless it's God or unless it's something that's going to give you some kind of actual fulfillment, not just like
a positive role model.
Wishing you were someone else, wishing you had their life. And it's become more and more about the actual life that they're living, not the art that they're making, because everybody's like letting you in so much via social media.
Well, that's the fault of Instagram and Twitter. That's pure, like literally purely from Instagram and Twitter. It's from short form content because it's so easy to manipulate a story in 30 seconds, right? Like in an hour video, 20-minute video, it's harder to hide you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? In an unedited, if you put some of these people across from someone in an unedited interview talking like a normal conversation, they'll fucking be brain dead.
Oh, for sure.
They're never as successful as you see.
No.
They're all selling an online course. They're all fucking idiots.
Wearing fake jewelry.
Or even renting real jewelry, which is
cars.
more embarrassing.
Yeah,
renting cars. So fucking embarrassing. And do you know what, though? Social media stars are the new celebrity. No one knows who the fuck Brad Pitt is sub 16 now.
No.
Who the fuck's he?
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my nieces wouldn't have even known who the fuck P. Diddy was. Like, it's gone for them. It's all over, the celebrity era. So, like, YouTubers are massive now.
Yeah.
Kick streamers, Twitter's like fucking Aiden Ross and those guys. They're fucking, every kid in the world knows who that is.
It's insane. But that Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat and
I Show Speed.
Yeah, all dudes like that. I see footage of them sometimes and they're walking around with their phones talking to the chat. And I'm like,
They're
what
missing,
a weird...
and they're
like,
just missing out on life.
They're living in this whole different weird paradigm. There's like, life is happening around them and then they're like glued to this online... It's just such a weird thing for me. And I don't know if it's because I'm 38 years old or if it's because it might seem really normal to younger kids these days, but it's just fucking weird, man.
I grew up in like a hell weird spot where, because I'm 31, I went through half my schooling without computers, went the other half with,
right.
You know? So I seen both. I got to still go out with my mates and fucking smoke a bong and rack a fucking beer and ride bikes everywhere and not get into too much, do harmless fucking trouble.
Funny shit.
Just funny shit, lad shit, treks, drinking at fucking 14, being dickheads, listening to funk whores. Just stupid shit.
Yeah.
Just smoking bongs in a shed.
Yeah.
And I'm not advocating kids do that. I would rather mine do shit like that than fucking stick to their room 100%. And just become an antisocial fucking brainwashed thing.
100%. I would rather, like, because I grew up when I was younger running amok as well. We would just run the streets and drink goon and graff and cause trouble, jump on trolleys and get trolley poles and stupid shit like that. If I would, it sounds fucked up, but if I would prefer to find out that my son was 15, 16, doing stuff like that, maybe a bit older, 16, 17, doing stuff like that, than if he would just never leave his room and he wanted to game all the time. Like, I would rather...
And there's nothing wrong with gaming. I used to be like an avid game, but you can do both.
As long as he's doing both.
You can do both. And also, fucking, there's actual avenues for revenue in gaming now if you actually have talent for it. Like, there is a benefit to it, and it's good for, like, enhancing children's fucking... reflex times and shit like that. Yeah, it's fantastic for it.
See, my brother is only 17, I think, 16, 17. And he, when he was younger, just obsessed with gaming, just wanted to game, obsessed with screens, obsessed with the TV. And now he's older. He recently came out and said to my dad, I like have trouble talking to people. I don't like looking people in the eyes. I don't like, and Dad's like, I don't know where that's come from. I was like, I can fucking tell you right now where that's come from. But he didn't, like what you're saying, he didn't have the balance of doing that stuff, but then also getting out and, you know what I mean?
My biggest problem with everything I do is I have like an extremely addictive personality. Because like, as soon as I go into a topic, I fucking go into a rabbit hole of it and I obsess over it for like a month.
Yeah,
and then I move on to the next thing.
I'm the same.
So same with games. If I jump into a game, I will fuck my life up for 3 weeks and then I'll just get completely bored and I'll start making like I'm hell into making sausages now. I had a snail farm, dude.
Oh, you mean for real?
For real.
That is hilarious.
If you scroll down on my Instagram, you'll see all my different autistic fucking blogs of like, it's like I started a snail farm. It's lasted like I fucking killed him by accident though. I was hell into. We used to eat them when we were kids.
Oh, so you got all these new little projects on the run
Every
to keep
fucking week,
keep
bro.
you busy.
How my missus deals with it is fucking beyond me.
Probably keeps her entertained, to be honest with you.
I've always been into shooting, but lately I've been shooting a lot. And the other night I came home and I had 8 deers, and she's like, "What the fuck are we gonna do with all this?" I'm
You had
like,
8 deers here.
yeah, we're gonna make sausages.
That
So
is
I've just
hilarious.
made a shitload of fucking venison sausages. It's fucking like 200
But I'm the same,
kilos.
man. I'll find something new, dive into it. Some stuff sticks, some doesn't. Like, I'm over it a couple of months later. So, but yeah, I feel like it's important to do that because you just, at the end of the day, my brother gave me shit and was saying that I go through phases. And I was like, I don't look at it as going through phases. I look at it as just seeking. You're looking for something new, and like I said before, if it sticks, great. It's a new thing that you're passionate about. If it doesn't, then
I need enough good habits to mitigate my bad ones.
that's the way I look at it too.
Yeah,
for sure.
I need enough shit to fill up my day so I don't have time to do any of the bad habits I have.
Yeah.
Because you never get rid of bad habits.
No.
You just replace them with other ones.
But then sometimes I'm like, oh, it's really good when that new thing that I've found, if I do that, if I mix that with my bad habits, like if I get high and then do that, oh, this is great. Or if I get drunk and then do that, oh, this is great. So,
Getting high and doing anything amplifies it by 10% minimum.
I don't know about you though, dude. Getting high takes away all of my energy and motivation.
So
and
I was off weed for 4 years because I came home blackout drunk one night, never whited out before in my whole life. And I've come home fucking paro, and I packed a bong to fucking heaven. It was fucking huge.
stacked. Yeah.
And my ex at the time, she was looking at me, she's like, "What are you doing?" And I just fucking ripped it. And as soon as I did, I've never felt anything like it in my life.
Your first one back after 4 years.
No, this was the last one.
Okay.
I've never felt anything like that. Just this cold, icy fucking feeling from my toes
You knew you
just
were-
creeped up my body, and I just instantly turned white, and I fucking fell on the floor. And I've never whited out before, so I thought I was having a heart
Oh, it's
attack.
horrible, yeah.
So I was like, I'm having a heart attack, and she's like, "You're not having a heart attack." I was like crawling to my phone on my hands and knees, like at a snail pace, like I'm gonna call the ambulance. And she's like kicking my phone. She's like, "You're not gonna call the ambulance."
I've been there before though. You legitimately feel like you're having a heart
I
attack.
thought I was gonna die, and that just put me on. And I've never been a functional stoner. Like, I'm not.
Yeah,
I will
no.
never be a functional stoner.
No,
As
neither.
soon as I smoke a joint or anything, I want to be in front of the TV
lying down.
with
Food.
food. Like, but then I know people that can wake up, punch 2 cones, and fucking drive to work.
Fuck them people. I am not one of them people at all. At all. The second I get high, I want to lie down, get me horizontal, get something good on the TV, or like I just get lost in my phone.
It's such a trap for Instagram.
Oh,
Instagram's built for marijuana.
Oh, it is. It is, bro. It is.
But I just started. Me and Manners actually smoked a joint together recently. I was like, "Fuck it, I want to smoke a joint and do a pod because I want to kind of ease off how much I'll never quit drinking. I love drinking,
Yeah.
but I need to like not drink 40 beers when I do drink because I will like have like 2 weeks I don't drink, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but then I'll fit all of that into one night
Yeah,
and
okay.
just fucking send it.
Right.
But
I'm the opposite. I'll drink.
like 2-3 a day.
I never really get drunk, but I just drink a few. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite. I never ever drink on like, I'll never come home and open a beer.
Okay.
Ever. I drink
To get drunk.
I drink for the purpose of achieving a certain state.
Okay. No, I just drink because, number one, I love the taste of beer. I love beer. And then, I don't know, it just takes the edge off, I guess.
But
yeah.
so I've got a little pipe, and I like have a little pipe now once a day, like at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if I like don't do too much, it makes editing the podcast clips fun because I fucking hate doing that.
Well, that's the thing with me as well, is that if I was to hit a joint and have a couple of tugs of a joint, I'd be all right. I could still stay motivated, or I could still do shit around the house. But if I'd smash a few billies in a row, or if I'd smash a few billies full stop, I'm done. I just want to fucking chill and do nothing. Especially if I've had a few drinks. If I've had a few drinks and then I smoke.
Is weed like a PED for writing a song?
No, it's the opposite.
For you?
Yeah.
Really?
It's weird. When I was young, I I needed to be high in order to write, and now it's the opposite. I won't write if I am high. I need to be stone cold sober to write.
That's interesting because fucking some people do their best work on real hardcore amphetamines.
Oh, for sure, man. If I was to get on it now and write, that'd be a different story.
That's a steroid.
It's a bit, that's a PED.
I wonder why. It's just
because
it makes your cylinders fire quicker.
Well, think about this: if somebody gets on the meth or gets on the Dexies or whatever, they're more inclined to have a conversation, aren't they?
Hell, a personal one too.
Get real deep, think of stuff they haven't thought of before. So all that is you having that same conversation just with a blank piece of paper. You've got so much to say. And
I'm not telling young up and coming artists to smoke crack.
No, neither am I. Neither am I. But it will make your music amazing.
His best work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I wish Eminem would relapse already.
Oh, just a little bit of crack.
Just dabble again. Give us some gangster shit.
Dude, fucking, I don't know why this transitions to this. I just want to talk to you about fucking, so the first time I heard Complete, I don't know why when we were talking about Eminem, it just reminded me of Complete.
Yeah.
The first time I ever heard his music was when I went with Manners to the hotel room when they were doing a show in Adelaide last year. And he's like, oh, you can meet my mate Complete. And I was like, oh, okay, I've never heard any of his stuff. And I just went and I did a podcast with Omac the night before. And then he's like, oh, I'll take you to meet Complete. And I was like, okay, so hopefully he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
And then fucking I'm like, met him in the hotel, like she's hell nice dude. And then I'm backstage at his show. Yeah. I'm just watching. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, you never expect someone to be that good.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I know he's good because he has such a cult following. Like I can tell from the Gov, people were like, they'll die for him. You know what I mean? Like
I was at the Gov.
Yeah,
Gov's a cool venue.
He has fans, dude. Like he has real hardcore fans. And I was like in disbelief. I was like, this is fucking great music. And then I heard Bloodstained Nikes for the first time a year ago, bro.
It's horrible.
I love it.
It's horrible.
You don't like it?
I hate it.
Really?
I hate it.
You have a great bar in it too.
Which one?
Oh, fuck.
The incest line.
Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
It was you.
I go hard.
Go hard with the hands. Hit him with the right cross. Go hard for my family like I'm incest.
Yeah. Hit him with the right cross on a power trip and now turn your lights off. Man,
why don't you like it?
I was 21.
Bro, that beat still fucking bangs.
And the song is about beating the shit out of people to the point that you had blood all over your shoes. I'm like, as a 38-year-old, I'm like, oh my God. And I was at a show recently. It was at Perth Zoo, and it's like this laid-back acoustic kind of vibe. I'm doing all these like laid-back versions of my songs, and there's this one guy at the front. He's cooked or he's drunk. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but he looked darrow as fuck. And then he was just yelling out. All these people are sitting on like bean bags and like drinking, and just like it's a real laid-back atmosphere and environment. And this guy's at the front of the stage going, "Play fucking Bloodstained Nikes, cunt." And I'm like, bro, I was trying to ignore him for ages. And then towards the end, I was like, man, I'm going to bounce this microphone off your head if you don't shut the fuck up.
Play Megarang.
I said, look around. I said, read the room, bro. This is not the Bloodstained Nikes kind of vibe. And I wrote that. Well, I did that with completing them like 17 years ago. So,
man, it was fucking. But I wasn't there for it. Like when that happened, that was like in that culture, like a cultural phenomenon, that song, dude.
Yeah.
And I would love to have seen what it was like when you would have been like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I don't think we expected it to do what it did. Yeah, I think
that's platinum, isn't it? Or diamond?
That one, I don't know. I know he's got like platinum or diamond plaques for Jordan.
Jordan and Rose. See, I heard Jordan for the fucking first time backstage at Complete Show, dude, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's very
You
good.
are so good.
Very
like,
good.
Happy as Larry's like my favourite song ever made.
Oh, wow.
I love that song.
Man, the funny thing about Jordan is I remember he sent that to me and I heard it. I was like, yeah, it's cool.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's cool, but... And he's like, I think this is the one that's going to do it for me, bro. And I remember thinking, I don't think so. I don't think this is the one. And lo and behold, it was the one, yeah. That's the one thing that Complete really has working for him that a lot of other people don't, is his level of self-belief Or I remember back in the day, I said to him, man, you're going to have to clean up your shit and what you're saying, because Triple J or radio or whatever are never going to play you if you're saying, you know what I mean, that you want to fuck people's nanas and, you know, that she's an anal whore and all this stuff. And then he was like, nah, I'm not going to get big on radio. I'm going to get big on the internet. And this was early days when the internet was just like MySpace, Facebook just started popping off. Like nothing else was really going on. And I was like, what a shame. This guy's shooting himself in the foot. He could be big. And then next thing you know, everything that he said came to fruition. So I'm like, fuck. And then the whole radio landscape changed. Like people weren't like betting on the radio as much anymore.
You're like, I need to be more edgy.
Yeah. I need to start calling people's grandmas an anal whore. That's what I need to start doing.
That's so fucking fun. Oh, man. But it's just, like, I listened to, is it Megarang, You Complete and Manners are on?
Me, Complete, Manners and Greeley.
Yeah. And Manners told me a story about something, I can't remember what it was, but I was listening to it and I was like, it's just so funny. Like, he did that in a morning, like one morning.
Man, Volk reposted that song once.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, man.
Volkanovski.
Yeah. He was making Meagering and he had that song in the background.
Does Manners know?
I'm not sure. Complete knows.
I'm only slowly introducing Manners into MMA now.
Okay.
So he came to my birthday and we were watching Jon Jones Stipe.
Okay.
And that was his first like kind of interaction with it. He's like, oh, it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
and he's like starting to know some names and shit now. He asks about it sometimes. So he's been out.
Sick.
That's dope. Volkanovski played it. I love that.
Yeah,
song,
man.
bro.
I was like, damn, because I love Volk. Yeah, that was a little moment for me. I think the other guys on that song aren't really fans of the UFC or MMA, so I don't think they cared as much as me. But I was geeking out. Yeah, I love me some Volk.
Volk's like my number one top tier guest that I would like.
Oh, man.
That's like a wish. That's like if the pod ever reaches that stage, that's when I'll probably cry.
That's cool.
Like that's the gold standard for me. He's just such a sick cunt, man.
Where in Australia is he from?
He's from Sydney. Wollongong.
That's right.
Wollongong, but he lives on a farm now, like a really big farm.
That's right. Yeah. I love his cooking channel. I watch heaps of his
Actually
cooking
good. He's going to make it makes me happy because I know he's going to make a really good career outside of fighting.
Oh yeah, he'll be fine.
He doesn't make fighting his whole thing. Like I remember someone posted a comment on one of his videos and he goes, bro.
I saw that. I know what you're going to say.
I fucking thought you were like just a cooking
chef.
chef. I didn't realise you were the UFC champion.
Found out you're a UFC champion.
That's such a fucking
good.
spin out.
He reposted that, I think.
Yeah, he did. I was like, that's so funny. That's so fun. That would happen for no other MMA fighter ever.
So do you think Jones should be stripped of his belt?
I think the fight's going to happen.
You do?
I think the UFC's holding out for the fight because they're using that to entice Netflix to give them more money.
Right.
That's such a big fight and they're signing with a new service provider soon.
Okay.
And having...
Who are they with now? ESPN?
ESPN, but the deal's over. It's over. And they're in, the rumour and whisper is Netflix because WWE's also gone there.
I saw that.
But that means pay-per-views will be free.
Yeah, right. If you have Netflix.
If you have Netflix. But... it's like when they used to leave extra fights on Connor's contract before the ESPN deal because they would probably get an extra couple $100 million because he still has 2 guaranteed fights. You know, like Jon Jones, if you put on the table to Netflix, we can do Jon Jones Aspinall for our first card on Netflix. That'll generate so much fucking money for Netflix.
I feel like Jon Jones wouldn't be in on that because it's like unless he doesn't know that that's what they're doing. I don't think Jon Jones would knowingly agree to dragging this out because he's copying it in the meantime.
He doesn't care.
You don't reckon?
He's been the villain for fucking 15 years.
But I always say that when people say they don't care, they care. And he's on this warpath at the moment going, I don't care. I don't care what people think. I
feel like he needs that chip on his shoulder to perform though. I feel like Jon Jones performs more when he's fucking, because he's spiteful.
How old is he now? Is he my age?
Be 38.
38.
38, 39. He was champ at 21.
And Tom Aspinall's
22, 23.
Tom Aspinall's 23.
Oh, he's a young kid. He's younger than me, and he's fucking massive.
Holy shit.
I'm probably lying. He's young, though.
I would have said late 20s.
Maybe 25.
And look, at the end of the day, I wish Tom Jones.
Oh, fucking hell. He's 32.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I thought he was 25.
No.
I thought he was just one of those really big fucking kids. He's still young.
I thought late 20s, like 28, 29.
For a natural heavyweight, that is young.
Yeah.
That's still pretty young.
But I just think if Jon Jones, the best thing for him to do would come out and be like, you know what I mean? I'm kicking on.
I think he beats him.
I've been inactive. You think Jon Jones beats Tom Aspinall?
I think Jon Jones beats him.
Wow.
I just know Jon Jones doesn't rely on his speed or power. He relies on his fight IQ. He's never going to lose that. He's going to take Aspinall down. He's going to wear him down. Just wear him down over 3 rounds. He's not going to go for the finish. He's the smartest fighter that's ever
Tom's
lived.
good on the ground as well.
Tom's amazing, but he's never been the nail. It's hell fun being the hammer. It's always hell fun being the hammer. It's shit being the nail.
You're right. I don't think I've ever seen him in a spot of like adversity where he's like, I've got to fight out of
the
this.
only adversity he's been through is when he broke his own fucking knee.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing.
I still think he beats Jon.
It's the closest anyone will come to, I think.
Yeah.
It's the scariest fight, which but the thing is, Jon doesn't need to do it to solidify his legacy.
But then he has to give up his belt.
Yeah, that's fine. But if he does, he retires. But that doesn't take away that he's still the best of all time.
But I don't get why he doesn't just do that. Just retire, give up the belt, sail off into the sunset undefeated.
Because he's undeniable.
Yeah.
But if he beats Tom, he's the most that's just a different that's 4 generation of fighters.
And this is what I reckon Jon Jones is battling with. I reckon he's battling with.
There you go.
Put it this way: the fight's on the table. If I win, oh my god, my legacy is cemented more than you'd ever believe. Not that it's not already.
I'm one of the greatest athletes of all time now. Not just
Undeniable.
combat sports.
Yeah.
I'm in the top echelon of the Michael Jordans. I'm like that level of athlete now.
Yeah, I'd agree. He would become the Michael Jordan of the UFC if he's not already. No,
he already would be, but this is like that's when you reach the level of athleticism that no one will ever reach.
I feel like right now it's who's the Michael Jordan of the UFC?
I would
look, if it's anyone, it's probably Jon Jones. But if he wins this fight,
you can't.
People will go, "Who's the Jordan of the UFC?" Oh, Jon Jones.
Do you know what this fight does for him? It strips away all of those PED allegations and stuff. It strips away everything. This fight makes him so undeniable to everyone that's like, but he was on steroids. Everyone was on steroids. He just got popped for him. But if he wins this fight with Aspinall, I reckon it makes him that undeniable. That is just out of the equation now forever.
I agree.
But
that's what he's battling with.
But
he's
a 32-year-old maniac across from you that's quicker, stronger.
He's so strong.
Naturally bigger. Like, but I still think Jon Jones doesn't rely on his speed or he relies on his fight IQ for 80% of it.
But the fight IQ is exposing people's weaknesses, and I don't think Tom has one.
Well, we don't know what they are.
Yeah.
We don't know. He does, but
what
we
you're
just
saying.
don't know
Yeah,
he's got 7 minutes of ring time.
Yeah, true.
It's impossible. It's like the Ngannou fight, I reckon Jon just fucking bashed him. If Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou fought, Jon would have belted him.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, he would have taken him down in 3 seconds.
He would have taken him down. Yeah,
3 seconds flat, elbow the fuck out of him, choke him out in a round. 1 round, that's over. I just really thought that fight was easier than ever. Obviously, you have the terror of if Francis breathes in your direction, you're going to get knocked out.
Which is true.
That's a pretty big factor.
Yeah. But Jon's got a chin as well. People forget Jon Jones has a chin, man.
Yeah, there's chins and then there's punches, though, that just doesn't
Francis,
matter.
yeah,
Francis is one of those punches where it kind of doesn't matter. Stipe ate a few of his punches, though, from memory. That fucked him.
And that spinning kick to the midsection was just like
beautiful,
beautiful, bro. I was like, what the fuck? And that's the IQ shit. He was like, cool. I'm
drilling it.
I'm landing upstairs and nothing's really happening. I'm going to soften the middle. And you can see him setting it up. And that's why I love watching Jon Jones, is because you see him setting stuff up and you can almost see him thinking through his actions, like what he does. You're like, fuck. That thing when he spun DC around with that kick, when he kicked his feet and tripped him, because he was hit. He nailed the head kick. And then he like couldn't catch him, and then like DC was like backing off, and he's like tripped him up, and he spun him around by kicking his legs out, and DC was already rocked, and all his equilibrium went off because he got spun around.
And he invented that oblique kick. They call it the oblique kick, where he fucking kicks you right above your knee.
Fucked.
So it's legal, but it's dog as fuck. Like, it's such a dog move.
Have you seen Rampage talk about that?
Oh, nah.
Oh man, Rampage says his knee is still fucked to this day from fighting Jon Jones.
Jon's fucking massive, man. It'd be like a fucking whip on you. And it's like Pereira's body style. He's like, it just doesn't have to throw. He doesn't throw hard to knock people out. It's just the the build of his body generates so much fucking power.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just wild. Oh, dude, I fucking love Jon though. I've always loved Jon.
Yeah, look,
I love more that he's a fuck up and he still does it. He's like Ben Cousins, bro.
I read something once. It was like Jon Jones is my favorite psychopath, or it was like Jon Jones. A lot of people are bad people pretending to be good. They're like, I think Jon Jones is a good. No, a lot of people are good pretending to be bad. I think Jon Jones is a bad motherfucker just pretending to be good. Yeah.
Johns have got fucking really, really, really massive demons, dude. But that I can't judge him for that, because if I was 21 and I won the UFC light heavyweight championship and I was the fucking man at 21, I like people threw fucking carpet down on the ground I walked, I would have done way worse shit than Jon Jones.
Of course. Yeah.
Way worse.
That's a good point.
Way worse. So I can't judge him, because if someone threw $5 million at me and any woman I wanted at fucking 21, when your brain's and you're hyped up on that much testosterone because you're literally the fucking baddest man walking in every room, it's such a weird complex that we will never understand.
And so do you agree with that premise that Dana White says anybody on the planet, if...
Yeah,
like
I
they
think
walk into the room, he's coming out.
Jon kills them.
Yeah.
Everyone. Every single person. At any weight, anything. He just kills them. He's the biggest, baddest. That's what the heavyweight championship encompasses.
But he hasn't always been heavy.
Or even light heavyweight. He would have belted all the heavyweights back then as well. Jon's just doesn't know how to lose, man.
Yeah.
It's just I don't have it in me. I've never been one of those like extreme winners. You hear about Michael Jordan being an extreme winner, like Jon Jones, extreme winner. Fucking Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer's, the Messi's, Tiger.
Kobe,
you know, those people where failure is just not the fucking option at all. I don't have that in me whatsoever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have an aspect of it,
but not to the level.
Not to that level. Again, I feel like there's a spectrum of that, and I'm very competitive. I don't like losing. If anything, it turns me into a bit of a dick. You get dirty on it. I've been suspended from many basketball stadiums, but I'm not obsessed to the point where I'm like...
It ruins you.
I'm obsessed to the point where if we lose a game of basketball, I'll go home, I won't sleep that night. I'll be tossing and turning, running every play through my head, going, I should have passed that, or I should have just shot that, or it would drive me nuts. But I won't be the last one at the gym. They're like closing down. Mate, you got to go. Like that Kobe and Jordan mentality. I don't quite have it like they've got it. Otherwise, I'd be way, further along than I am.
It's like fucking when Jon Jones fought Vitor Belfort. He just let him break his arm. He's like, okay, now I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Insane.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with this
broken arm. Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking win. Like 99.999% of men don't do that. Like men have. I am at fault for this as well. We think we're so much tougher than we actually are.
Yeah.
Like, go to a gym and a skinny little 54 kilo ginger that's like 54 kilos wet, it'll beat the shit out of you.
That's what I like about jiu-jitsu.
Do you do jiu-jitsu?
I don't know, but one of my best friends...
You got lots of great gyms up there.
Yeah, we do. We've got great gyms in Perth, and it's sick. The thing is, what I was saying to you before offline, when I was saying there's just not enough time in the day to do shit these days with the kids. I do have like a fitness regime, but like going to the gym and things like that. But
you can substitute that for jiu-jitsu, dude.
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu is like a real weightlifting pain.
Yeah, right.
It's not like striking. Jiu-jitsu is like a slow squeezing. You will never ever feel sorer the first couple times you do jiu-jitsu.
But what we were saying before is that if I find something new and I get obsessed with it, I know it's going to take all of my attention.
It's a good thing to get obsessed with, though.
But this album wouldn't be coming out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. I don't think you're the same. It's like if I start it and I love it,
all in or nothing.
That'll be my life now.
Yeah, that's why I'm fucking shocked I've pumped 160 episodes of this shit out.
So are you rolling? Are you like on the mats?
Not anymore. No, I fucking hate jiu-jitsu, dude.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'll go strike every now and then. I'm mostly into weights now. Me and the dude who owns the gym I go to, we go to like just a weightlifting gym. I've never lifted weights, and I was
love
like,
it.
fuck, my like I'd start getting brain concussion symptoms after like hard sparrings and shit for the last like year I was training.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't say anything, but I'd like wake up and I'd be like, fuck, why am I so fucked? It was just foggy, just hell foggy. And I was like, oh fuck. And I was
What
like,
from, you reckon?
just sparring and it's just shit and just being an idiot when I was younger.
Yeah, okay.
And I then like you get older and then you go back and it gets harder to like keep up and like your body starts deteriorating the second you turn 30. The second. Like just shit just like the best.
How old are you again?
31.
Wait till 35.
Bro, the best way to explain it to like a 20-year-old is, when you like go out, you fall over, you fucking crack your knee on the ground when you paro.
I know what you're going to say.
You get up in the morning, it kind of hurts the next day, it's over. That injury now, if I did that, will just stay there.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to say, sometimes I'll wake up and I'll just be like limping or walking weird and someone will go, what happened? And I'll be like, nothing. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. You wake up with injuries.
You just wake up with injuries.
And then, and at the gym now, bro, there's like these 16-year-olds that are built like fucking men. And they've been doing, like, there's kids that are 18 at the gym now that have been training for 5 years, 6 years. Because MMA is like an actual training program now. Okay. You don't just specialize in you don't have to be a specialist anymore. Like back in the day of MMA, you'd go to kickboxing class and then you would go to a jiu-jitsu class somewhere else and then you'd go somewhere else. Whereas now there's pure jiu-jitsu gyms, MMA gyms everywhere. Yeah. So kids are learning MMA from like fucking 10 and
I love it.
I got fucking absolutely pumped by a 15-year-old and I was like, I'm done, eh? This cunt's fucking knocked out 7 blokes this year, 5 blokes. He's won like 8 fights.
Wow.
He's fucking 15. Aaron. Filipino dude.
Big boy?
5'9", maybe like 78 kilo lean. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I can't do this. I can't compete with a 15-year-old dude.
Yeah, one of my friends was competitively rolling and doing really well. He was racking up medals and stuff, and he's kind of slipped off the rails. He got injured and slipped off the rails a little bit. He was off the rails before he found jiu-jitsu as well. So jiu-jitsu changed I watched jiu-jitsu change his life, and I was like, man, I'm going to get my son into it as soon as he's old enough.
I'd recommend wrestling or jiu-jitsu for a kid.
Yeah.
Wrestling's probably the top priority for any kid, yeah. If a kid can wrestle, there's nothing a kid can do to him. There's nothing.
Wow.
Nothing, absolutely
zero.
Well,
you look at all the best fighters in the UFC, they got really strong wrestling backgrounds,
So it's because the training is so fucking miserable. If a kid learns to get through that constantly, they are so set up to be successful in any endeavor in life. Like, it's just such a solid foundation for life because sick. It's so hard.
I already do. My son says jitsu. We've got a trampoline, and I do shit. I'm like pretending to tap him out. Got him in like arm bars.
Does he get into the fights while we just watch them together?
Into me. I had to stop. I had to stop him watching UFC because he's getting a little bit hitty and like starting to hit people and punch people and push people. I'm like, all right. For a while, I was like, what is with this like aggressive behavior? Where is this coming from? My wife's like, maybe because he's watching UFC with you. I'm like, yeah, that's probably it. Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu's really good because they get a colouring system in the belts so they can see their progress. Like, that's why jiu-jitsu is great for kids.
Yeah,
and it's also 99% of fights when you're a child end up in a tussle on the floor.
On the floor, yeah.
Like, no one's throwing combos when they're fucking 7. It all ends up on town fights. In town, fights always end up on the floor when you paro. Always.
So I was like, it's funny you say that. I was trying to decide whether I get him into boxing because I was into boxing when I was young. Into boxing, teaching him how to throw them hands or what it's like on the floor. Because in a street fight as well, if you got someone on the floor and you start trying to choke him or whatever, his mate can run up and just kick you in the head while you're on the floor. You know what I mean? Or
that's another thing. But I feel for kids, definitely, jiu-jitsu's harder to pick up. Wrestling's one of those things in jiu-jitsu, I feel like it really benefits if you start it from a younger age. You can pick up boxing at 15 and be great at it.
Yeah.
You can pick up jiu-jitsu at 15 and be a black belt by 20, easy, if you're fucking really good.
Yeah.
Or like really dedicated, maybe 6 years, 5 years, 8 years, depending your level. But I feel like kids' bodies are so fucking bendy and agile that they can train their bodies into just positions you can't when you're 30.
Yeah, wow.
Like if you were to start jiu-jitsu, you would be limited by your body's capabilities. A child's not. It's fucking just, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas boxing's like pretty linear. Muay Thai, it's pretty linear. You do need like pretty flexible hips to throw kicks, but you can pick that up at 12, 13, 15, 18. You could start at 18 and become a weapon, you know?
Man, how much is like when I was younger and I was into fighting, kicking was seen as like, oh, he's kicking. That's fucking
big gay.
It's gay. It's weird. Like, what are you kicking for now in the UFC or just like
if I see a head kick knockout in a street fight, I'm like,
oh my God,
that's so violent.
Yeah, stay away from
so
that guy.
unnecessary.
Head kicks are insane. Even leg kicks are just like people really when I see UFC fighters take leg kicks in the ring because they treat it like it's nothing. You're like, oh, that mustn't hurt. But then you see like Tom Aspinall or someone will just like have someone in the gym with them and just like, I'll go 15%. Boom.
Have you been properly leg kicked before?
Never, no.
Do you want me to do it?
Can you leg kick?
I can leg kick you.
Yeah, let's do it. I've got to do a show tonight, bro.
No, I won't be able to kick you that hard. It's so upsetting, dude, how fucking much it sucks.
Yeah,
but
right.
then the calf kick's just different as well because you can't really... The fuck thing about getting calf kicked is your only defense is to, if you time it well, you can step back or turn your fucking shin and it's just whose shin's strong. It's like it hurts you just as much, but it hurts them as well, so it's deterring.
So when kicks are getting checked, it's still hurting the person that's checking the kick.
Yeah. It's just hurting them as well.
So you're trying to make them stop doing it.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, we'll just go bone on bone. We'll go shin on shin every single time, and we'll find out whose shit's stronger.
Well, because I'm going to get hurt anyway, because you're going to try and kick my calf.
Or if you do it right, you can kind of take off the brunt of the kick as well and block it, like block the momentum of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So it doesn't follow through heaps. So it does take away heaps of it. But if you just turn your fucking shin around, it's shin on shin. And there's some cunts that their bone density is so different to yours. Like, you see some dudes in the gym and their limbs are just sharp and their bones are like, some people just fucking hurt. Like, they feel like wood.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Some people just have different chemistry. Like, Yoel Romero, he's not made of the same things as other people.
No, he's not. He's a beast of a man. Surely he's juiced up.
He's like 74. He was born in a Cuban wrestling academy program for children.
Wow.
And I don't know if it's true, but allegedly in those programs in Russia and stuff, they take kids from homes, like specimens, like kids with special attributes, and they just put them through vigorous training, and I imagine they fucking experiment on them or something. He looks, what was it that Dana White said? He got a call after Yoel Romero was damaged in a fight. They all go to the doctors and do medicals and shit. Doctor called Dana White after Yoel got his head scanned, and he's like, "Where'd you find this guy?" There's this video of Dana White saying it, and Dana's like, "He's Cuban," and he's like, "No. Where did you find this guy? His eye tissue is 4 times larger than the average human's. Like his muscles around like in tendons are all like double the size of a normal person, and he's so hard to knock out because he doesn't physically have a neck.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like his neck, when you kick him, his neck he doesn't like. He literally, if you hit him, he just fucking stays there.
Yeah. He's a specimen of a man, isn't he?
It's like MMA's fucking like gay days of our lives for men.
Well,
when you try and explain it to a woman, it's like, yeah, they got to weigh in now. Okay. It's the best part. It's like, okay. And then they're just on top of each other, just
hugging
sweating.
each other. Man, at first, when I first started getting into MMA in the UFC, I couldn't stand it when they went to the floor. I was like, oh,
you learn to love it.
And now I love it.
Yeah, you learn to appreciate it, especially when you get someone who's like, when they can get up, like when JDM got up against Blau in the 5th, I was like, that's the best part of the fight.
Yeah.
On the 5th round, 3 minutes in.
His takedown defense was pretty on point, man.
It's fucking fantastic, man. Craig fucking done really good. I think JDM did most of the work. Craig just kind of implemented a plan because he has like certain systems for Dagestani style wrestlers and shit. And it just works. I just can't wait to see him in Islam. I reckon he's going to fucking knock him out.
You reckon?
I reckon it's such a 50-50 for me, but I really can see JDM knocking him out. I can also see Islam just being that good.
Islam, yeah. He's insane.
But if Volk won that first fight...
You reckon?
I had to rewatch it because you were there.
I've rewatched it a couple of times.
It was fucking so frantic and I was blackout drunk. Whoever decided to put it on that early, I was fucked.
I was pretty lit as well.
I was fucked. And I don't even remember.
How was the vibe in the place?
Bro, that... I still get goosebumps. Just
the vibe was crazy.
When Land Down Under played, man, it was like the most euphoric fucking feeling.
It was like 7 a.m.
I thought the RAC arena was gonna fucking collapse. I actually thought, oh my god, this feels like an earthquake.
Yeah.
So much energy and tension, and it was just so tense.
The UFC have come out and said that was one of the best crowds I've ever performed in front of.
I've never experienced that before, ever. Like, it's such a unique feeling. It's like a really primal, that's my fucking guy feeling, you know?
Yeah.
That's my fucking boy walking out for at a Coliseum, you know? That's as close as it'll get to being in a Coliseum.
I reckon the crowd definitely had an impact on Islam's performance as well.
It would have been daunting, man, because we're relentless fans. And we have very select few people at these levels of that particular sport.
Yeah.
And we never get those fights in Australia. And Aussies don't care to start drinking at 5 a.m.
No.
So, everyone was
fucked.
It was a fucking And I remember walking out, I was fucking off my dial, just stumbling, Volk got robbed. And then Channel 7's right in front of me. I'm like, he robbed him. I was trying to get in the camera. And then the only four Islam fans are walking out with the Dagestani flag in this sea of just fucking ropeable people, and I was like, oh no, they're gonna get bashed.
I watched it back as well.
Do you reckon he won?
No, I think Islam won, but it was very close. It was super close.
The second fight was not.
No, it was not. That one was heartbreaking. I was at Greasy's house watching it with all them boys, and it was like 4 a.m. or something. No, 3 a.m. or something like that, because it was in Abu Dhabi.
Greasy's fucking fantastic, eh?
Oh, he's great.
I've seen him when he came down with Complete and OMAC, and I was like, oh, this kid's fucking impressive, eh? He's got he's got a song together. He's released it last year.
Spaceship.
Yes. Fucking banger. Last year?
Yeah,
that was released? Yeah.
We actually went
down... It's a good film clip too.
We went down south to my mate's house in Dunsborough, which is like 3.5 hours outside of Perth. And we actually got on the mushies for that, got on the DMT. It was like, we can't do this not... I was straight out. I've been in a tattoo chair for like 6 hours. I was just full of booze and full of... what are they called? It's like these painkillers. Anyway... tramadol and booze, 6 hours in the chair, jumped straight in the car, drove down to Dunsborough, got on the mushies, had some DMT, did the clip, drove back at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was fucked. But everything you see in that video of us like tripping out, it was really real. We were like on a level, bro.
Oh, dude, we recorded a pod in here. I don't know who fucking thought it was a good idea. We had me and three of my good mates, and we were like, let's do fucking heaps of mushies before. And we did them. And you can fucking see the exact second
they start kicking in.
You can see that for me anyway, because I literally go from talking to just... Because this fucking room, I've done mushies in this room 100 times.
Yeah.
It's so fucking overstimulating.
Yeah, I bet.
And you know when you get on the mushy trips and on the mushies and your vision gets like 40/20,
yeah,
and you just get so crisp with your vision. I was looking around, I was like, this place is a fucking mess.
I got some cleaning to do.
I got some fucking... And that's all I could think about. And I just remember, when I'm on mushies, I like to focus on something to kind of bring me back into reality. And I was just staring at my mate, and he's like, "Oi, oi, you're
What's the problem?
You're all good. But yeah, I've had a few fucking. You'd probably really be interested in the pod I did with this. I've done 2 podcasts with this guy called Lee Ryan. He's like the biggest man I've ever seen in my life. He's like 6'5", built like fucking The Rock, just a giant man. And he's a, I don't know what you'd call him. He's like a psychedelic explorer, but he's obsessed with bettering himself. Like, obsessed with it.
Yeah, right.
Obsessed with self-betterment and, like, figuring out his own fucking things. And we did some mushrooms on the pod, and he, like, does full ayahuasca trip, journey.
Shit.
He goes, there's a farm that you can go to here. It's, like, a couple 100 acres, and a shaman comes from Bali, I think his shaman's from. And they do, like, a 3-day ceremony. And he did 2 back-to-back. And, like... because he had the idea of going in of trying to talk to his father because he had a broken relationship with his father.
Okay.
And fucking fix that, eh?
It did?
Yeah. He goes deep, man. He does like 22-gram trips in a dark room for 2 days.
Damn.
He went to the Amazon for his 40th, I believe, to do a trip to a ayahuasca ceremony.
Damn.
I don't have it in me for that. I'll fucking have a mental breakdown.
It's weird. I'm interested in it. I would love to do ayahuasca, but I'll be lying if I say I wasn't scared.
It scares me because I know how much it's going to resurface, and it's just once it opens, it doesn't close.
Yeah, right.
Like once it opens, it's just fucking pours out.
Yeah,
apparently.
that's the part that I'm scared of.
That's why I don't want to do it because it's like I kind of like just pushing it
Pretending.
down there. Even like DMT's good. I broke through on DMT.
I like DMT.
I broke through on DMT once, and it was fucking really, really interesting.
Yeah, I like DMT.
It's interesting.
When we were on the mushies, and we were in a whole nother. Yeah, it was insane. And then we had DMT while we were on the mushies, and it just took us to another level. It was great. That was that clip.
Have you ever gone like really far with DMT?
No, I wouldn't say no. No, some people talk of their experiences with DMT, and mine's not the same.
You have to do. It's a hell weird drug because you have to do it till you're gonna vomit.
Right.
It's like hell because there's 2 types. There's like chunga or like the leafy version. But have you smoked that or the shardy kind of?
Yeah.
The clear one.
It was the shardy one.
The shardy one.
Yeah.
When first time I tried DMT, my mate gave me some of that, and he's like, unfortunately, the best way to smoke this is through a glassy. And I was like, fuck. I was like, called a mate who's a glazier, and I was like, I need you to blow me a pipe. It's not for what you think it's for. And he's like, are you sure? Are you lying? And I was like, no. I
promise.
I promise it's for DMT. It's going straight in the bin after. And he's like, okay. So I've gone and done it. I was like, and it's the fucking most putrid fucking taste, bro.
Yeah, horrible taste.
And someone told me, they're like, do one, then do another, then get someone to hold it while you're fucked and just do that. And just keep doing it till you're going to vomit. You're going to start crying, like, from the taste, and it would be horrible, and you choke, but you have to do that last one. And I was like, okay. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I got fucked. Like, I was like, oh, fuck. But it didn't work how it was supposed to. And I've done it a couple times since, and then my mate gave me a vial of the leaf. It looks like weed or tobacco mixed. It looks like spin. And he gave me that, and we were blackout drunk out the back of my pergola there, and there was like 6 of us, and I was like, oh, you just want to smoke some DMT? And they were like, yeah, you do it first though. And I was fucked. I was like, okay, I've done it heaps. And I fucking packed a bong, and I just ripped it, and I'll never forget, I looked up in my backyard and just gone complete black, like just black. And I was there for like, it felt like 10 years, but it was like 5 minutes. But it was so crazy. I've seen my granddad, and like, it started off, I heard those like like the Chinese New Year kind of drums. You know those drums, and you know the dragons that dance?
Yeah.
I just seen this real gold fucking massive, I don't know what it was, but it was like dancing towards me. And then it's just wrapped around. It felt so warm, and then I fucking just like shot up. It like wrapped around me, and I just shot up, and I was fucked. I was just on a chair.
What?
Yeah, and then I fucking was like in like a cosmos, and there was like these little alien kind of being things. You can't see them, but they can feel them.
Wow.
And then I felt a hand on my shoulder, and I turned around, and my granddad. It's crazy.
Vivid.
Vivid.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, real vivid.
Wow.
Yeah, they say a lot without talking. It's very strange.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone sees a similar entity as well. It's hell weird.
Yeah. What, as in grandparents?
No, like this, like a being, but it's not scary. It's very like motherly.
Okay.
It's very like friendly.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
And it's meant to be
I don't know.
God, do you reckon?
I don't fucking know, man. I just don't know. I think it's real like a dimensional shift of just. I don't know.
I love all that stuff.
It's so strange. It's fucking weird. I'm not a religious person at all. I guess I'd have some sort of spirituality.
Yeah.
But I don't know. No one knows what it is. It's just all guessing. Everyone's fucking. There was a CIA program to map out the DMT world, where they would put people in like a DMT state for extended periods, and they'd map out what they could find.
Wow.
It's like Stranger Things. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I've always believed in God, and I think that doing stuff like that, because what I believe that there's beyond the physical material realm, that there is something greater at play, but it's hard for us to understand it. But I feel like something like DMT, it brings you closer to it, or gives you more of an understanding from it, or if anything, it breaks the chains to the physical world that we're conditioned by, and it takes away all that conditioning. Because I remember once I had DMT and I was like I was like, whoa, I'm doing that. Like, I'm controlling that.
But seeing you from like another perspective, you're just doing like Tai Chi. but you're like, this is such an ethereal, beautiful moment. But the thing with DMT is you feel so connected to everything.
Yes.
Like if you go out, or mushrooms, I wouldn't recommend it if you have like not a fucking pretty stable frame of mind. But if you are like in a pretty stable part of your life, if you can take like a small dose of mushrooms and go fucking sit in a forest or like outside in your backyard, like literally sit on the floor, or with DMT, you feel so strangely because you can see things breathing, which is so. Do you find that?
In a way,
I can see, like when you look at grass when you're on mushrooms, you can see it like,
wow,
you can see it breathing. Oh, I can anyway. I can always see things like just life in things.
I remember watching the ocean once when I was on the shrooms, not the DMT. I was on the shrooms, I was watching the ocean, and it was like the ocean was breathing, like coming in and out. It was like inhaling and exhaling. It's crazy.
That's when you realise that everything is kind of connected in some sort of way.
100%.
Yeah, it's just that I really struggle with religion because of the profit and pedophilia and like the monetary gain but it's like any industry where there's like just fucking shit,
corruption, yeah.
And it's all been manipulated and skewed by people, and you can't trust fucking people, and you get atrocities that happen all over the world in the name of religion. That's
where I draw a line, or where I differ, because I believe in God and in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, for sure. But I believe that evil can hide anywhere, and that evil will hide in the most sneakiest places. And I think that if there is a place to hide evil, it's obviously through the church or through some kind of religion, because you're masking it with the idea of and the perception of righteousness. So there's no better way to hide evil than behind the mask of righteousness, I believe. So I just feel like you can't blame God, or you can't blame the idea of religion and what its intended purpose is. You can't blame that for what human beings are doing, because you get horrible plumbers, and you get plumbers that are great guys. It's in
any sort of anything.
It's not about so say the Bible or the religion is the hammer. If you give a hammer to a guy that's a good guy and a dad who'll probably build his daughter a treehouse with that hammer. If you give it to a psychopath, he's probably going to hurt someone with that hammer. So, but it's not about the hammer; it's about the person.
Talking. I'm just going to. I'll grab you another drink.
Oh, good, yeah, if you can.
Yeah, continue.
But yeah, I believe that it's not about the tool that's being used; it's about the actual person or the thing using it. And so it sucks when I see religion get a rough ride, because I know that I believe in one religion, but I also believe that if other people believe otherwise or another religion, I'd leave that alone. And I don't push my religion onto my friends or anything either. A lot of my friends are stoked for me that I'd found Christianity or religion in general, but they know that I'm not going to push it on them. I'm not focused on other people. The way I look at it is, and even being a Christian, I see a lot of other Christians judging other people or even judging me about my journey with God. And but I don't blame Jesus or God for that. I just blame the people that are doing it, because me in my journey, I'm focused on me and my journey and my relationship with God only, not why isn't this guy doing this more, or why isn't this person doing this more. I think as soon as you start doing that, you take away from my focus is on me and what my journey looks like, for sure.
Do you take the Bible at like face value, like the stories?
I do, yeah.
You take them all as truth?
Absolutely, yeah.
Really?
Especially the New Testament, for sure. I'm
not familiar with like
So the Old Testament is what the Jews believe, and Jesus Christ was a Jew, and the Old Testament was all about prophesying this savior that was going to come and going to, I guess, give people some kind of form of freedom, because there was a lot of slavery back then. So a lot of the Israelites were slaves to the Egyptians and the Romans, and they thought that this figure was going to come and be a political figure, like he was going to be horseback with this massive sword, be a big guy. And then Jesus came, who was obviously a very humble, dialed back guy, and he was, they thought he was going to ride a horse. He rode a donkey into Jerusalem. They thought he was going to be this person that brought them political freedom, and he didn't bring political freedom. He brought spiritual freedom. So that's where the Jews and the Christians disconnect. So the Jews believe the Old Testament and nothing going onwards. They believe that Jesus was like a prophet, but they don't believe that he was the Messiah, that he was the embodiment of God. Whereas Christians go, okay, we believe that because Jesus did, and then New Testament. So Old Testament is before Jesus, New Testament is after Jesus, and the New Testament, I believe every single word of that. The Old Testament, I still wrestle with certain things, because I'm like, are these stories in here to act as, what do you call it? Like metaphors, and meant to act as just like stories to bring us to our own realizations, or are they things that actually happen? So the Old Testament, I'm still trying to learn more and more about it, but the New Testament, I believe that there was a guy named Jesus Christ, and that he came, and like, this is the funny thing, people always go, why Christianity? It's like, well, Christianity believes in the story of Jesus Christ. Outside of Christianity, every single other religion acknowledges the fact that Jesus Christ was a thing, lived, and was a prophet, and all these other things. They just don't believe that he was God. So that's the difference there. But this is still all very new to me. It's only been in the last year. I go to church every Sunday. Obviously won't be going tomorrow. Every Sunday.
Really? Your kids?
Nah, so this is the hard thing for me, is that my wife is very rooted in her atheism. So she's atheist. She lost her mum at like 10 years old. So
That'll fucking do it.
She's got this gripe with God. She's like, you're worshipping the God that took my mum away from me.
That's one thing I like the really common thing to say. Like, if there is a God, why does he let all this fucking shit happen?
It's the best one.
It's the biggest question, because no one can answer it.
It's the best one, and we can't answer it. And I'd be lying to sit here and say I have an answer for that. That's the one I wrestle with the most as well.
With I've always said with religion, as long as it makes you a better person, you just fucking nailed that all over yourself. Lucky it's soda water from South Ave. That was fucking so funny. You tried to get away with it.
I'm picking you up, man.
As long as it makes you a better person, I don't care. Like, if honestly it makes you live your lifestyle better, treat other people better, and live like a way more prosperous life, then fucking believe in all of that. But if you can achieve the same thing believing in what you believe in, it doesn't matter what you believe, as long as you're just like doing the right thing.
Yes.
According to your life.
Well, to me, that's all that matters. Like, because through interactions with other people, you would hope that they're being the best version of themselves and treating people well if they're not religious, and that's all you can ask for. To be honest with you, I treated people well without it. It wasn't about how I treat other people. It's more so about how I treat myself, and how I what am I trying to say? That I can sometimes be bound to and confined to this physical realm, thinking this life is all that we have, and that my senses are telling me everything that's going on, and then there's nothing outside or beyond all of this, because to me, I needed to believe that we are in a creation, so there has to be a creator. Okay, well, there's a creator, so what's the story behind this creator? And the story of Jesus Christ is the one that I find most relatable and the one that I find most believable. Of course, any idea or story about God is going to be unbelievable. It's meant to be, because we're here, we're conditioned by things that happen on a daily basis. So anything outside of that seems so abnormal that it's like you can't even comprehend it. I don't think we're meant to be able to really like grasp the idea of God or comprehend everything that God embodies or is, or exactly what it is or what's going on. But I think that we can grasp a small portion of it. And I think that Jesus came into this world sent by God to so that he could become flesh and that he could relate to us, but then also that we could relate to him. But man, my life has changed a lot ever since stepping towards it, for sure. I've become more patient with my kids. Just things like, man, I'll be in the gym now. My gym is just full of chicks that are like influencer chicks, and you know what they look like. So, but if one walks past me now, I refuse to look at her because I'm married. And in the Bible, it says that even to desire another woman is a form of adultery.
Yeah, right.
So, like, it just keeps me honest. It keeps me, yeah.
Have you like dabbled in like any Terence McKenna books, or
I used to love Terence McKenna, yeah.
or there was a bloke that went on Joe Rogan years ago now. And he wrote a book. I can't remember that. I was just trying to find it.
Joe Rogan's recently become a Christian as well.
Bullshit. You are joking. Really?
He's been going to church.
Really?
And if you've been watching his pods lately, he's become very curious. Well, like he had Wes Huff on there.
I feel like he's become a lot more conservative in his age as well.
Yes, yeah.
Like, I don't personally gel to heaps of his... I used to listen to every single podcast he'd upload from episode 200 to episode 1000.
Yeah, wow.
Every single one.
Wow.
No matter who the guest was. I definitely have grown apart from some of his belief systems, and like he's just matured and aged, and he's more conservative of a man. He has
like what? What's a good example?
Well, he just has more strong opinions on things. He's not as open-minded anymore, especially, and he makes a lot of things political.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's a lot more of a political activist than he thinks he is now, and that's just not something I care for.
Yeah, okay.
Like
it's interesting.
I just don't. I like to live in my own kind of reality. I'm very ignorant by choice to a lot of things.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like really believe there's a power in ignorance is bliss, because the world news doesn't affect me ever.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't care what's happening in, like, I know it's really sad to say.
Oh, I'm the direct opposite of that.
Because I know, though, if I do
invest in it,
it will ruin my day.
Yeah,
like, I will overthink. I remember, I'll never forget, I saw a thing once on the news when I was like 10 or 12, saying that there was a meteor going to hit Earth. You know how it happens every 5 years. There's like, a meteor could hit. That fucking ruined my like 2 years of my life.
Wow.
Because I was like, it's going to happen.
Okay.
I was like, it's going to happen. Like, if I start looking into things, I start getting upset. If I start looking into fucking Russia and Ukraine, I'll be like, they're doing this, and then China's going to step in, and then fucking America's going to do this.
Stuff like that I stay out of, yeah.
But just, I try and like be really ignorant. I like just keeping my life real lighthearted.
Yeah. Fair enough. I don't blame you. I wish I was more like that, for sure.
Because I'm too inquisitive.
If there's a school shooting or whatever on the news and I see it in the morning, it'll affect me for the rest of that day, for sure.
I can't read into those things at all. It just fucking... People were so much happier when they didn't have access to the whole world's knowledge.
I don't think we're meant to be as in touch as we are right now.
No, fuck no, bro.
I think we're probably built to come across maybe 100 people in our lives because we're meant to be small, communities and stuff. But now we have access to so many other people, so many other people's opinions, so many other people's perspectives, and I think it's like very confusing. Sometimes I don't know where to land on something. I think I know, like even the Israel and Palestine thing.
You don't know what.
Fucking hate that.
Depending what fucking news you're reading as well, it's different stories.
How do you find the truth? How do you find the truth?
Fuck. Yeah. Well, I was saying before, this guy went on Joe Rogan and he wrote this book, and it's about how you need to go to the bathroom? Yeah, I'll pause it. Easy. Alright, so what I was saying, Joe Rogan had this guest on years ago. If I find the book, I'll send it to you. It's this dude, and he's researches into like ancient histories of religion in ancient Greece and stuff. And the ancient Romans and Greeks would use these chalices to drink wine, but they'd spike it with hallucinogens.
Yeah, right.
And so, like, hallucinogens are really, like, deeply embedded in religious roots. It's, like, seen everywhere. That's why I can kind of understand, say, like BC, when people were, like, forming these parables and stories, and or that would be after Christ, wouldn't it? So that when it was all forming.
Well, Christ himself spoke in parables a lot. Like, he would always talk in, not riddles, but in parables. But even Old Testament, like, there's a lot in there as well.
Yeah, so I definitely can see, like, say we have no idea what it was like back then. We can know all of these historians and stuff, they all know better than us and they piece it together, but no one truly knows what it was like.
It's 2,000 years ago, yeah.
No one knows what a dinosaur looked like. It's just a really or you can piece it together with the bones and stuff and this and that, but they thought fucking dinosaurs had scales until fucking 10 years ago. Now they say they got feathers.
It's like Chinese whispers, eh?
Yeah, and it gets miscued over time, but I can definitely see some blokes sitting down having these, like, really hallucinogenic, euphoric experiences with these hardcore hallucinogens and, like, branching over into that next realm where you go and piecing together these stories and like, do you know what I mean? Like, have you heard the story of the burning bush?
Yeah, with Moses.
Yeah, that's an acacia bush. That's like the richest DMT bush you can have.
Wow.
And he's huffing it.
Yeah, right.
And then he's getting the commandments from God. Like, isn't that fucking a spin out?
Wow.
Yeah. I
didn't know it was an acacia bush.
It's an acacia bush. It's like the richest DMT plant. And he's just fucking lighting it and huffing it and huffing it. And then he's, like, looking to God for is it the commandments?
So he didn't light the bush. It was already a light on top of this hill, and he was at the bottom of the hill and he could see this fire on top. So he climbed to the top of the hill and saw the bush burning, and it started talking to him. Interesting.
Does that not piece together, like that makes it more believable, because then you're not reliant on spiritual entity. But
I feel even if I was to have DMT or that experience there, the second I break I guess the chains to the physical realm, which is what happens when you have DMT, you feel yourself disconnect from the physical realm. I feel like as soon as you do that, you start to connect more with God. That's why they say if you fast, if you you go out into nature and pray, and you haven't eaten for days and you pray in nature, you're more connected to God, because it brings you out of the physical realm and your physical connection, and more of a spiritual connection that is like tapping into what is beyond, you know what I mean, what we can see, what we can hear, what we can touch, taste and smell. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, there's books on it.
Wow.
There's books of like there's books on all of the like signs of hallucinogens and mind altering kind of drugs within religions and all that. When there's a book specifically based on like the spiked wine they all used to drink and fucking.
Well, this is the thing about I don't really want to smoke weed anymore, but I still do every now and then. But the way I look at it is weed, mushrooms, and like all these things they grow out of the earth. Do you know what I mean? So
it's free reign.
It's free range, and it's everything for a reason, right? Like, it's here for a reason, obviously. So if it's meant to, provide some kind of medicinal benefits, then great. That's what it's here for.
Yeah, most people just punch 14 cones in a shed, listen to 50 Cent.
But it's the same look at wine. Like, Jesus drank wine. Jesus turned water into wine. But in the Bible, it says that to drink a beer or wine is fine, but it's drunkenness that you should avoid, because it pulls you further from God and it makes you make bad decisions and things like that. So
alcohol's the worst one.
Definitely alcohol's the worst one.
I've made 95% of my stupid life decisions while drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if you're doing like recreational drugs, it's usually mixed with alcohol.
Of course, yeah.
If you just railed a line and then went about your day,
You're gonna drink.
You're not really. If you just did that, I'm not advocating for this, but if you just did that, you probably wouldn't make that bad a decision throughout your day.
It's booze.
If you drank 20 beers, it's going to be booze.
Booze,
like,
sure.
Would you prefer that your kids grow up? Would you prefer them to dabble more in in marijuana rather than drinking?
If they were the type of people we were talking about before that could smoke weed and stay motivated, then absolutely, fucking oath.
Or if you use it appropriately, like to wind down sleep.
End of the night, yeah. Don't smoke during the day, just smoke a joint at night. If my son came to me and he was 20-something years old, had a missus and a decent job, and he's like, Dad, I'm just letting you know, every night I smoke a joint before bed, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. And I don't think it should be any more criticised than alcohol is. If anything, it should be less criticised than alcohol is. And alcohol is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. You can't avoid alcohol in Australia. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I used to go to people's bloody houses when I was younger because I come from a pretty fucking Greek upbringing. Like, my parents are immigrants here.
Right.
Very Greek household, very stereotypical Greek house. Like, I remember going over my Aussie mates' houses at 12, 13, they're smoking cones with their parents. I was like, you are absolutely fucking joking.
Yeah, that was my mum.
I was like, how awkward.
That was my mum. I used to come home from school. My mates dropped out of school. I used to come home from school and my mum would be smoking weed with my mates out the back. Yeah.
That's fucking just so bizarre to me. And then you get, when you grow up and people are smoking crack with their kids and shit, and you're like, this is fucking...
Damn.
This is out there. People fucking will do that with their kids now if you come from that sort of life.
Is Adelaide pretty bad for the meth?
It still is. I'm not involved. I don't go out. I'm not hanging around.
To see it or
I'm not hanging around that environment anymore, of drug dealers and town and dramas.
It's hectic in Perth.
It's kind of out of sight, out of mind in Adelaide. You see crackheads walking around, but they're friendly. They're pretty good. It's not like Sydney or Melbourne and stuff where it's crime's really fucking rampant. Crime's definitely worse, but Perth, what I noticed about Perth, I went to whatever your main strip is.
Yeah.
It's
either Murray Street or Hay Street.
It's where all the Euros shops are. It's where everyone ends up. It's where all the fucking fights happen, apparently.
Hay Street, yeah.
Yeah, so they wouldn't let me in anywhere. But the night before Volkanovski, we got tanked. And I was like, okay, they won't let me in anywhere because I had specifically red TNs on. They just wouldn't let me in anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this Maori bouncer. I was like, you're a fuckhead. And he's like, you can't come in, they're red. And I was like, what the fuck, are you giving me shit? Is this a joke?
It's a real thing.
Red. It's because of you.
It's a real
bloodstained Nikes.
Maybe.
It's because of you.
Maybe.
But he wouldn't let me in, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go get a gyros or a kebab and just fucking go home. And I remember I was sitting out the front of this gyros shop. I just stumbled upon this street, which is for everyone in Adelaide, they're Hindley Street. It's fucking just where everyone commutes to fucking do heinous acts.
Isn't that Rundle Mall here?
It's Hindley.
Is it?
Yeah, Hindley Street. And I was just sitting there eating a gyros, and then in Adelaide, we don't have a fucking real big population of Aboriginals where I'm from.
We do.
So I've never I have Aboriginal friends and stuff, but I've never there was mobs of them, and there were these it was 2 a.m, and there would have been 20 of them from 12 to maybe 18. Just fucking causing havoc, starting on everyone. And I'm not saying this just because they're Aboriginal they did this. It was just because it's just a group of white kids do this. But this particular case, they were all Aboriginal, and they were fucking starting on everyone.
Man, so that used to be my job. Back in the day, I was a youth worker, and we'd used to do night shifts on Friday and Saturday night from 9 till 5 in the morning, and we'd be walking the streets of the city trying to get them kids out of the city, giving them free smart riders to get home.
It's terrifying.
On the train, sometimes just chucking them in the van and taking them home. Just our job was to get kids out of the city. But the funny thing was the youth centre was based in Perth, but the police would we'd be on the streets walking around, but if there was too many kids in the youth centre, we used to have to come back and try and find ways to get them home. The police, when we were on the streets, we would see, yeah, there would be definitely a disparity between black and white kids. There'd be, I don't know, 60, 70% black kids, whether African or Aboriginal. And then there'd be the rest were just white kids. But the only kids that got brought through the youth centre, all the black kids. So it was like, okay, cool. We've been out there. The police are out there. We've been out there too. And we've seen that there's like, where's all the white kids? You guys aren't bringing any white kids through here. Anyway, so they'd apprehend them. They weren't under arrest because they hadn't committed a crime. But there was a, what are they called? Curfew in place. So then we used to have to try and get them home. But you're right. There'd be so many kids in the street.
It was terrifying, man.
Causing shit.
And I remember I was just eating this kebab and I've looked at this bloke and he's looked at me and we're both obviously here to watch the fights tomorrow. You could tell he had cauliflower ears. I look like a fucking criminal. And he's like, we've both looked at each other and we're like, we're mates now. So he sat next to me and he's eating his kebab and I'm eating mine, my bro. We're going to have to just wait this situation out, I reckon, or we're going to get fucking pumped.
Where were they? All around you?
No, they were just roaming down the street, just starting on people, smashing cars. And I was like, oh, we're fucking going to punch on, dude. And he's like, no, we should be all right. So we just waited out 8 year-olds, kept our eyes down and fucking just like ignored it. And then we'll walk each other to our hotel rooms and we're fucking back to back walking.
You picked the right guy. You found the guy with cauliflower ears. That's a good place to start.
And then the first fucking, so it was that weekend was a movie, bro. It was it was more ridiculous than the movie The Hangover. I landed in Perth. I've landed in Perth. Everyone's smuggled items over and loaded up. And we've got this the hotel rooms. One of my mates says, I've got to go get some stuff. And he goes off and he's disappeared for 5 hours. I stop at the Bottle-O. The first 20 minutes in Perth, I've walked into a Bottle-O and I've gone to open the door and it's locked. And he's like, you got to tell me what you want because those blokes out there are about to walk in and rob this place. And I was like, what? And they just walked in, grabbed heaps of shit, walked out. And I was like, is this normal? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Bottle runs.
And then my mates come back after 5 hours. He's like, oh, I got this stuff. And I was like, what's that supposed to be? He's like, it's Coke. And I was like,
no, not in Perth.
That's not Coke. And he's like, I was like, that's meth. How much have you had? And he's fucking wide-eyed. Everyone's fucked. And then it just carried on for like 4 days. We're partying with all Izzy and that after the fights. And
damn, yeah, Perth is bad for the gear, man.
I don't think I've ever laughed harder in my life because it was just so funny. It was just like, it's Coke. And then I looked at it and his eyes are fucking... He's just been on the gear all day without knowing. He's gone on 10 side quests.
Yeah, I bet. I was going to say, that's why it took him 5 hours.
Yeah, get that out the pile. Fucking Jesus. Shit. But Perth's an interesting place. It's just... it's also... We went to like a really... Do you have a pirate life there?
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah. On Murray Street.
Yeah, we went there. My tooth got knocked out. We were doing slap fighting. My mate knocked out my tooth. This is all within the
power
first...
slaps.
Yeah, it was fucked. He knocked me straight out. Clean. With a slap. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, that's phenomenal. It's phenomenal how much power you can generate.
Wow, man. Man, how stupid is that sport?
It's so dumb. It fucking sucks. Like,
it's ridiculous.
I would rather get
What's
cracked.
he doing? Why is he doing that shit?
I reckon he's done with the UFC, to be dead set with you. I think he's always loved boxing. And now with TKO boxing coming about, I really feel like he's like, okay, I've done everything I can here. I'm going to move into the boxing. He loves boxing. That boxing is his passion. He grew up with it. UFC's his baby, but he can't take it any further.
There's a lot of people saying he should step down and quit.
It won't be the same.
It wouldn't be the same.
It won't be the same. It will never be the same. He's such an imposing figure.
Yeah. Who would they get?
I love Dana.
Yeah. I like Dana.
I like how face value he is.
Yeah, I like Dana. I like his stance on free speech, obviously. But I just can't... I don't know. This whole fighter pay thing... He seems to be quite unapologetic for it.
At the end of the day, though, they are running a business. And business, this is just how business works. And, like... Do fighters... It's the question of, do you deserve fucking $50 million? Do boxers deserve $200 million for a fight?
No.
It's like, no, you don't. But you deserve the correct amount. But 200's so exorbitant. Like, that's just such an exorbitant amount of money.
But like 20 mil or something.
That's a good. you're putting your life on the line for people's entertainment.
Yeah.
When you get to like 100 millions and stuff, that's like...
But no, if a fighter was to get 20 million for a fight in the UFC now, you're Conor McGregor or you're...
Jon Jones will be asking for that. I guarantee that's the number that Jon's wanting.
20 mil.
Minimum.
Either way.
20 to just rock up, the rest on the pay-per-view buys. For that fight, that's worth it.
You reckon they get it?
Dana White froths Jon.
He does, eh? It's unbearable.
He froths him.
Yeah.
And I think he's the last fighter. He's the youngest champ. He's the best ever. You have to give that man more than you've given anyone else.
You reckon?
Besides Conor. Conor generated pay-per-views, but that fight will generate pay-per-views, bro. That's a big fight. That's kind of like going outside the sport of MMA now.
Is that the biggest fight, you reckon, in MMA at the moment?
Has to be. Conor's never coming back. Conor's name doesn't have the pulling power anymore because of all of the like controversies and the...
I reckon Izzy and Ilya would do similar numbers.
Izzy, I don't know. Ilya is probably on track to be the next biggest thing. I'll be so fucking mad if he beats Charles Oliveira. He's my favourite fighter.
Charles
is my favourite fighter.
Charles is one of my favourites too. But
if he goes
Ilya's
up...
become one of my favourites too. This is one of them ones where I'm like, I hate fights where you struggle to choose who you want to win. It rarely happens to me. There's always one person I want to win, but I love Charles. I've always loved Charles. And then Ilya has become one of my favourite fighters as of recent. So
I fucking hate him. He's so nice, though. I purposely don't watch his interviews because he's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, okay.
And
You're right. You love ignorance is bliss, eh?
Yeah, but if I know, I watched half of his Joe Rogan interview. I was like, fuck.
He's making me like him.
Good dude. He's such a humble, good dude.
Yeah.
So now I just don't want to watch anything because I really want to root for Charles.
Yes.
Like, I really want Charles to win.
Yeah.
And I think they're disrespecting him heaps with the betting lines.
Oh, massive.
$4 he's paying.
Massively.
But it's
because they're saying that Charles doesn't really have a chin, like he drops all the time and chills on the floor. But I reckon even in this fight,
if Charles cracks him, it's gonna fucking hurt him.
Man, Justin Gaethje said that Charles is the hardest hitter he's ever faced.
It was like getting punched
by a truck.
But he said he felt like electricity going through my body. Do you know how hard you have to punch someone that gets punched as hard as he does?
The interesting thing is that Charles is always coming forward.
I think, it's just interesting. It's funny you say that because one of my mates, I had him on the podcast yesterday, one of my good friends, his two favourite fighters in the world are Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier. And as soon as it could have been real, he was like, fuck, it's going to be a retirement fight as well. And it's like...
For both of them?
Oh, nah, just for Dustin.
Yeah,
Max is more... Dustin's retiring.
Yeah.
But he's like, I literally don't even want to watch it. Like, it's just ruined it for me. He just loves those two fights. It'd be like watching Volkanovski and JDM fight each other.
Okay. Who do you think comes out of that the victor out of
I would have said Holloway maybe a year or two ago. I really think I can, when you can just envision a happy ending for people, like you can see it in your head. I really, really just want to see Dustin go out on a win because he's such a good fucking human being.
I think he will as well.
I can envision it in my head. I can manifest the moment of him just putting the gloves down, his wife hugging him, his kids hugging him, and him just like,
I'm
out. Like, that's just the most beautiful ending for a fighter, man. He's still got all his best years. He's taken damage, but he's nothing crazy. He's well rested.
I reckon he should have fought Justin one more time to be his last.
Fuck that. That's a car.
Well, it was one each, so one each.
I reckon Dustin beats Justin. I don't know if I'm a Justin Gaethje hater per se. I love watching all of his fights. I just don't think he's as good as everyone thinks he is.
Yeah, okay.
I think he's very good, but I don't know. I might hold other people too much to a higher regard. I'd say I just really can envision a happy ending for Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, same.
And I hope it happens for him. But if it doesn't, it's going to be a great fight. He's the kind of guy, a win obviously is a win. If he goes out in a war on his shield, that'll be just as good for him.
If Dustin did.
If Dustin loses going out on his shield, Like
what was his last fight? He lost to Islam, and then before that, he beat.
Yeah, but the Islam fight wasn't like a ragdolling event.
No,
he fucking took it
yeah,
to
he did
him,
it
bro.
in fourth round.
I think that was his last fight.
Fourth round, and then before that, he beat that French dude,
Saint Denis.
Benoit Saint Denis.
Yeah, Saint Denis knocked him the fuck out.
So it's a good way to go out if he goes out with a win now.
I can't remember one of the happiest like retirements I've seen in MMA. Khabib's was really heartfelt. Khabib's was like real shock value.
Nah, who am I thinking of? Veteran, been around for ages.
GSP?
Nah, retired on a win. It was an uppercut.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, that's going to bug me now.
He's a legend as well. I've got
what weight class?
I've got his face in my mind. I think he's a lightweight or a welterweight even. Oh, man. It's going to do my head in. Like, a half black guy. Robbie Lawler.
Robbie Lawler finished on a knockout.
Finished on a win.
Yes. And one of the fucking most savage things of
Them
combat
uppercuts.
in fucking combat sport history. Him and Rory McDonald too.
Yes. I'm so glad I remembered that. That was going to do my head in.
Oh, I forgot. I always forget that Robbie Lawler went out on a win.
Went out on a win, bro. It was pretty emotional.
The Tom's heartbreaking retirement.
And who did Max knocked out? The Asian fella.
Korean Zombie.
Korean Zombie.
I got this.
That was a hard way to end.
What's this? This is... Who's retired? What's been a good... I like Luke Rockhold's retirement was nice.
He lost to...
Yeah, but I always remember that fucking speech he made. He was like, I'm just fucking old.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just fucking old, bro. It was just so, like, so sincere.
Oh, yeah.
It was, like, just so real. Because it would be so...
Who did he lose to?
He lost to Paulo Costa.
Yes.
But he was, like, on top of him trying to get his own blood in his
In
eyes.
his face. Yeah, it was rank.
It was rank as, but it was...
And there was a couple of times I was like, he's done. And then he was like, straight off with his back to the cage. Boom, boom.
I
And
remember there was a moment in the third, I think. I'll never forget it. He fucking was fucked, knackered, like exhausted. And he just screamed, fuck! And it just threw a right hand.
And it hit him.
And it cracked him.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you can't be angry going out like that.
No,
you just can't. That's just such a good way to leave the sport. And then
Agreed.
just being like, Joe, I'm fucking old, bro.
Yeah.
And it would be such a hard... For people who don't understand MMA, those men are the most manly, insecure... They're like... MMA fighters are surprisingly sensitive human beings, and they're very insecure a lot of the time.
Well, that's what
but
drives them.
Not insecure. They just have an ego complex where they fucking really diminish their ego and they make fighting their whole life. When a fighter gets up to that age and it's going to come to an end, they're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. This is everything.
This is all I do.
This is everything. My whole life is fighting, the gym, fighting. It's my whole... If I don't do this, I'm going to fucking stab someone at a supermarket. Like, I need this. You know what I mean?
Look at Volk. Whenever he's not active, he goes crazy.
Miserable.
Yeah.
But it's like, it'd be such a hard thing to come to terms with as a fighter. That's probably one of the hardest sports to, like, come to, because it's such a lifestyle.
Now, Tony Ferguson's obviously struggled.
That's so sad, man. It's just sad.
Yeah.
It's sad seeing him.
7 consecutive losses?
7 or 8. Fucking Bam Bam's on like a 6-fight skid and still in the top 10. He's still in the top 10.
He's never been a good fighter, though. Tuivasa, he's always just been like a brawler. He's got a big hit.
He's a stock standard like Islander.
Yeah, he's a pub fighter.
Yeah. But he's good. He's still top 10 in the world, but yeah, he loves to party.
Lose some weight and stop partying. And I think he's just like...
Don't waste it.
Don't waste it. But I think he's like...
He makes a lot of money outside of the UFC.
Well, and that's what he's looking at it like, I'm not wasting it. I'm going to like...
He's investing his money in avenues where he doesn't need a fight.
Like weed and shit, eh?
Well, weed. He's got the... do you know Take Flight?
Oh, yeah?
I believe that's Bam Bam's studio.
Oh, right.
It's 27 Project.
Oh, okay.
I believe, I don't take my word for it, but I believe Wings does that out of 27 Project.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bam Bam's got his fingers in so many fucking pies, dude.
But I just feel as a fighter, if you took it more seriously.
Do you know what, man? You fall out of love with shit as well. Like, just because you reach the pinnacle of sports doesn't mean you love it anymore. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just end up in places.
That's a good point.
Like, so many people would... The one thing that I've always tried with this pod, I never edit it, and I try and be, like, real authentic with my opinions, because you never want to blow up for something that you're not.
No, exactly right.
You know
What's that
what I mean?
age-old saying? I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for the person I'm not.
Like,
Yeah.
imagine you did a song 15 years ago about fucking... Imagine you're beating the shit out of a woman blackout drunk, and that was like a 40 million views a month song, like, just went insane. It popped off your whole career. Your fan base will expect that from you.
Yeah.
And the second you change, you lose half of
All
them.
of them, yeah.
And then you just get slandered. Why don't they fucking sing their old songs anymore? Fuck, because I don't want to. Like Parkway Drive. Are you familiar with Parkway?
I know who they are, yeah.
Parkway were having a dilemma where they just didn't want to sing their old songs. They're like, I don't like them.
Don't like them,
I
yeah.
don't like them anymore. But they've done like a reunion tour and they've done it. But it's like, why would you? Of course you'd get sick of singing the same fucking thing. And you're not singing about things that mean anything to you anymore. Like, you don't stomp on anyone's head with a fucking Nike shoe anymore.
That's why I don't... Like, I think from now on I'm not going to jump up for that song, because he still asks me to get up for it, obviously, because it's one of his
you still got
biggest
to do it.
songs.
You still got to do it.
I just, when I'm up there, I'm like, what are we doing?
It's culture. There's not too wild. Like singing, like, I can't imagine Immortal Technique wants to go sing Dance with the Devil on the stage very often.
Fair call.
Like,
But still, it's like, you want to fight me? Cunt, that's unlikely. Find me wiping the blood off my Nikes. If you're
That's
a fuck
such a
up, then
good-
jump up beside me. Bust up a window, punch up a fly screen. It's just like, oh, God. What are we on about?
Have you? But your little acoustic thing before just made me think of. Just made me think of this. It would be so funny to do an acoustic Bloodstained Nikes. By the
Oh, no.
please,
That
if
actually
someone
would be pretty funny.
if someone can play the guitar and sing me an acoustic version of Bloodstained Nikes, can you please send it to me?
You want to fight me? God, that's unlikely. That'd be hilarious.
Where is it? There's this bloke. This was such a viral video back in the day.
I might go out for another slash if it's
Yeah,
all right.
man. I'll pause this quickly and then I'll load this up for you.
I'm breaking my seal now, haven't I?
Broken the seal.
Broken the seal.
Oh, press play. This here is this is such an old viral video, and it just reminds me of like when you said Bloodstained Nikes on acoustic. This is so fun, and I know you can sing.
Yeah, I do a bit of singing.
You can sing. Do you do like hymns and shit in church? You fuck with any of that?
I sing in church, but I'm not like up there.
I've got an auntie that's like a full born again.
Yeah, okay.
She's like fucking. They speak in tongues. She's from Arizona,
Okay.
and she's part of one of those like big churches. And
she sings in the church.
they all do.
Yeah, wow.
It's fucking. But some of them are like really good.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, man.
Church singers are fucking phenomenal.
Man, everyone can sing on Sundays. That's what they say.
Yeah. Yeah, that was sus.
So who's this?
This I don't know his name. This is a really old viral video.
We're here at a pretty unexpected coffee shop, and we're going to give them a little bit of a Dan Henning Monday cover. And let's just say they're in for a bit
He's
of a
high
surprise.
Yeah, he's just gone to a random coffee shop and they don't know what he's about to see.
369, damn, you're fine. Suck it to me, baby, one more time. From the window to the wall, until sweat drops down my balls. All these bitches crawl.
Look at the guy behind him.
Oh, ski, motherfucker. Oh, ski, goddamn. Oh, ski, motherfucker.
It's actually really good.
Oh, ski, goddamn. Show the crunk. So fresh, so clean. Can she fuck that question? Been harassing me in the mind. This bitch is fine. I done came to the club about 50 times. Can I play with your penny line? Club on a
So
saying you
good.
can calm down. Security guard gon' sweat me now. Cracker drunker than a motherfucker, threaten me now. 369.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But if someone can do that
For Bloodstained
with
Nike.
Bloodstained Nikes, oi, would you do a fucking acoustic version?
I would do it if someone could do it. If we found someone that could play the acoustic guitar to make it work, yeah, I'd absolutely do it.
Dude, you have to do it on the podcast. Oh, that'd be fucking fantastic. Are you into like voices and singing as well as like, do you have a vast range of like music preference?
Oh, I don't listen to much hip hop at all.
I fucking, a strong word, I hate hip hop now.
Yeah, okay.
I don't hate it, but like everyone thinks that I'm hell into. Like I told you straight up when you came here, like,
I
bro,
assumed you were. Yeah,
I'm not an aficionado of it. I'm
Yes.
slowly introducing it into my life, and I do find myself now I'll be like bumping fucking a Cursor track because I've never heard any of these songs.
Wow.
So now it's all fresh to me and it's exciting. But I'm a podcast guy majority of the time. Rarely listen to music, but if I listen to music, it's more like heavy metal.
When I walked in, you were
Like
listening to it.
heavy metal, or I like when a woman can sing really well, like has a hell like powerful tone in her voice.
That's my shit.
Yeah, like there's some I don't know, do people still good at singing? I feel like they're not.
It's hard for us as hip hop artists to find good singers to jump on tracks with us. They could write their own shit as well. Like a lot of the time, if I've got a singer on a track with me, you could assume that I've written what I want them to sing. It would be sick to go, I've got these verses, love these verses, and it's happened to me before as well. I've got these verses, I just need a hook, and you ask a singer to do the hook, and they come up with their hook, and they sing it as well. But it's rare. It's hard to find these days, for sure.
I would fucking have, like, sounds a bit gay, I would have loved to have gone to, like, a prime Mariah Carey concert, eh?
Yeah, right.
Like, prime.
Man, Celine Dion, Whitney Houston.
Christina Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera.
Christina was. Do you know who I seen once, and she was actually fucking surprisingly good? I went to the tour that Chris Brown and Rihanna did when they were dating
Oh, yeah?
in Adelaide. Rihanna can fucking sing, dude.
Yeah, wow.
She can sing really well.
Okay. I would just... people like Rihanna, you assume that there's a lot of engineering going on behind
That's
her voice.
the thing. You can't, but it's not as genuine as say like a Christina Aguilera was like a pure kind of singer, as Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, Beyonce. I've never witnessed that live, and I imagine it's like really intense.
I've never seen Beyonce live.
See, like
either.
Taylor Swift can't fucking sing.
No.
I don't understand. Like
She knows that.
There's such a difference between like someone that has like such a powerful voice.
Yes.
It's just a hell different. Like Michael Jackson was an insane singer.
Yeah. Insane range. Yeah, it's hard for us as hip hop artists to find singers, especially in Australia. Like, there's not. Yeah, it's pretty rare that you'll find not just a good artist, but a good artist that's keen to collaborate with
A rap
hip hop
artist.
artist. Yeah.
Yeah, would you, if you could go back and watch, you can pick a male and then a female. If you can pick one artist from each gender, dead or alive, which people would you see live, front row center?
Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, or Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse is the greatest female singer of all time, in
I
my
think
opinion. It's just because of the uniqueness of her voice. It
Yeah,
sounds so painful. And I love like a Johnny Cash, like a real fucking like pain-ridden voice.
Best singer? I don't know. I think the best singer is Whitney Houston, but I would say my favorite female artist is Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, because she's just got so much fucking terror in her voice, dude. You can, like, it paints a picture.
I loved that she had like a bluesy, jazzy feel to her music as well.
It's also these beats make like uplift them so well.
I can't remember who was producing for Amy for that album, but like that, it was insane.
Do you know actually what might be one of my favourite female singing performances? That woman from My Immortal. What's that song? What's the band that sing My Immortal? Evanescence.
Oh wow, okay.
Have you fucking heard that bitch sing that live?
No, not
It's
live.
the most intense fucking thing ever, eh?
Wow, okay.
It's just, she's got such a, like, piercing voice.
Yeah,
It's like an Adele, just fucking shoots right through
Adele,
you.
I'd love to see her live.
Adele's fucking fantastic, man.
It's insane. I used to, when I was a youth worker, I would I'd set up a studio in the youth centre that I worked in, and I would record chicks singing, and they'd always try to sing Adele, and all of them would come up short. But there was this one chick that was she was a beast, and she sang Adele very, very well. But yeah, they'd come in and be like, "Oh, I'm going to sing Set Fire to the Rain." I'd be like, "Fuck, man,
That's a hard one.
good luck." Yeah. And it would be pretty terrible, to be
It's
honest.
always very surprising when like someone can sing though, like at
man.
a party if someone just rips out, because there's such a people who can't sing. Anyone that can kind of sing sounds fucking great to
Yeah,
them,
for sure, yeah.
Especially when you're like 6 beers deep. Like one of your mates rips out something, you're like, "What the fuck's a bit gay?"
It's like people say to me, "Man, you can sing." I'm like, "Not really."
Did you try and hide that from the hip hop scene at the start?
Not really. I've always kind of sang my choruses.
Yeah, that would have been like a pretty big thing back then when you started though, because it would have been considered like pretty fucking.
Oh
at
yeah,
the
it was.
start.
Yeah, it was. I just didn't really care that much because I was very American influenced, and America was kind of always doing it from like, I don't know, who started doing it first? What rapper was like singing?
Yeah,
Ja Rule.
Usher, Ja Rule.
Ja Rule. and
Usher,
then,
I
like,
don't think you'd call a rapper. He would be
Nah, it would be like Ja Rule, and then 50 Cent,
honestly,
Eminem.
the shame of it is there's some P Diddy songs that absolutely fucking
Oh
slap.
yeah. But he'd always. It depends who's writing them for him.
Yeah,
You know,
R.
like,
Kelly. Great
Diddy
voice.
and R. Kelly.
R. Kelly actually, unfortunately, has a very fantastic voice.
He's fucking good. You can't deny it. He's fucking good.
Like, I believe I can fly. That'll get anyone. You really, really got to fucking separate the art from the artist there.
Oh, really have to there. Yeah.
He might drop the most fire album of 2020 or 2037 whenever he gets out of jail.
And by then, knowing like woke culture, is that it'll be okay then.
Do you know what kind of hip hop I've always gravitated? I love gangster rap, and I've really kind of fell into like the new age of gangster rap, where I'll flick on some like, they're not new now, but like the generation of like the littles, like the little Uzis and the fucking like those rappers from O Block in Chicago, the one that died, no, not the XX Sensation. He's a fucking Lil Durk's mate. Fuck. King Von.
Oh yeah.
I'll like listen to like some of that because I respect it because he's actually a criminal. Like it's
Living
genuine.
what he's
It's
talking
genuine. They're genuine scenarios he's taught. He's a murderer. He's a mass murderer and a maniac, and then he's dead now. But fucking, I like listening to like some of that NLE Chopper. I like.
Yeah, right.
I love NLE. I just love fucking gangster shit sometimes.
Spun out. I wouldn't have picked that.
I love NLE. I love fucking King Von. Oh, my favorite type of. I got my full left leg's a rap sleeve. I got Biggie, Tupac, 90s. I grew up. My brother's 11 years old. His sister's 18.
Okay.
So I grew up on 90s hip hop.
Yeah.
Late 80s, late 90s.
Oh, your
early-
brother's 11 years older than you.
Yeah,
Okay.
and my sister's 18 years older.
Oh, shit.
So I grew up with like
That influence.
Helen was more into like Van Halen. My brother was into gangster rap.
Okay.
So I got best of both.
Yeah.
Like I was like Kiss, Van Halen on this side, fucking Tupac and
Biggie.
fucking Mobb Deep and The Game and shit. And yeah, I really appreciate that. But I also really love a corny rap. I always gravitate towards them. I got Hobson tattooed on my leg.
Hobson's dope.
I love Hobson. I think he's like one of the most fun lyricists of all time.
Yeah,
But
Hobson's
some of
great.
his songs can be like a bit
cheesy.
but like I just love like Eminem's fucking does it.
Eminem does heaps. of
Eminem
cheese.
does heaps of, and Complete has some songs that are like so funny, man. Like I like when rappers have fun with songs.
Yeah.
Like Megaring's just such a fucking stupid song.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
It's the funny concepts are usually the hardest to do. Like
Because
if
you got to make them not cheesy.
where you're trying to be funny and you're trying to rap.
Yeah.
Like if you're being deep, I feel like that comes easy. If you're just doing like some battle kind of bars, like rapidy rap stuff, that's easy too. It's the funny stuff that's probably the hardest.
Like Don't Dog the Boys
That's great.
is such a fucking hilarious song.
He's very good at that.
But it's just like, it's so, everyone has that mate.
Yeah.
Everyone has that mate. It's such a like an Australiana culture thing to have that one.
Yeah, Complete's really good at tapping into that for sure.
Yeah, just like certain, and then he has like the real dark songs and fucking he mixes it up well. But when he hits with like a really funny song, it's very funny and it's executed well, so you can still appreciate the actual skill of the rap.
Well, that's a good rapper, someone that could do like a plethora of different styles.
Yeah, well, we will cut it off because we will have to go recruit Manners because you have a show tonight.
Yes, I do.
This will come out next week. Are you going back to back with all of your tours or with all of your cities?
I'm back. I've already done Melbourne and Hobart, and I'm just doing this one. The Sydney one got cancelled, unfortunately. So once the album's out, I'll be back to do a full tour for sure.
And when do you plan? Do you want
end of the year?
End of the year?
November, yeah.
Do you have a title?
For the album? Sweet Surrender.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, we all look forward to it. You're a fucking legend. You're always welcome back.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
My man, thank you.